Hi everyone, I wanted to do a very short video to show you how Business Law 1 is going to work this semester. We're looking at spring 2020, so if you're looking at this in future semesters, just keep in mind that any dates you see will have changed. So the first page you land on when you log in to Blackboard and go into the course is the announcements page. There's nothing there now, but there will be by the time you get into the class. One of the first things you're going to want to do is look in course information. This has a few pieces of pretty important information in here. One is the syllabus, one is the course schedule. So the syllabus obviously is going to contain course policies, grading policies, a lot of important details. The course schedule is going to have your due dates for the entire semester. So the icebreaker is due here in spring 2020. It's due January 15th. Once you're done with that, you move into the modules. Chapter 1 quiz and the small claims court written assignment are due January 2nd, and it just goes on from there. So everything's laid out from the very beginning. After you've looked at the syllabus and course schedule, you can find my information and faculty info. Keep in mind my office hours will have changed by the time you're seeing this. After that, let's look in the orientation area. There's going to be an assignment in here, orientation assignment, that's going to get you sort of looking around in the class to find some details and then get back to me. So it basically asks you some questions like what percentage of your grade do your chapter quizzes make up, and so on. What you want to do is just type up those answers in a Word doc, and then once you're done, in order to submit, you just click on the title of that assignment, and it brings up a page where you can submit. So you just attach your file here, browse my computer, you look up whatever wherever you saved your file, and then submit. You can also type directly into Blackboard if you want to. I don't recommend it, but to do that you would click the right submission button and you type in there. You don't want to type in comments. The reason why I recommend students don't type directly in Blackboard is if your browser crashes or your internet crashes or if Blackboard crashes, you will have lost all the work because it doesn't auto-save. So it's a lot better idea to type in some kind of word processing software that'll save your work in case something goes haywire. Okay, so that's the orientation assignment. So you've looked at the syllabus and course schedule, you've checked out my faculty info, we've done the orientation assignment. This is not required this semester, but you have the option to register and look in my business law lab. You can read the ebook that way. There are some assignments in there that you can do. None of them are required for the course, but some of you might find helpful for study purposes. But you certainly can have access to that with your book if you bought it from the bookstore if you want it. Again, not required. So we've done all that. It's time to actually do the real work for the course. So we go into the modules area. First thing we see is module 1. That's going to cover chapters 1 and 2. So when I open that up, it's going to have a folder for chapter 1, separate folder for chapter 2, and then one for assignments. So if you click in the chapter folders, it'll give you a lot of study resources. So you can look at the PowerPoint, you can look at the key terms. If you have registered for Pearson, you can look at flashcards. You can access the e-text from this link here. I also posted a couple of videos from YouTube just to sort of cover specific topics. Those are all just study resources. Same thing for chapter 2. When you're ready to actually do the assignments that will be graded, you go to the assignments folder. Here you'll see the chapter 1 and 2 quiz, and then a link for the module 1 case studies assignment, and then there's also a folder for the small claims court assignment. They all operate pretty similarly, which just means that when you're ready to do them, you just click on the title, and that brings up the page where you can submit. The bulk of your work is going to be done right here in the modules area. As you scroll down, you'll see module 1, 2, 3, 4, then the midterm exam, module 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the final exam. The exams won't appear in those folders until the dates indicated on the course schedule, but the folders are there just so you know where they are. If you need to contact me, probably your primary method of contact will be email. You can email from Blackboard here, which just goes to campus email, or you can just use your Outlook account that you get with registering for the school. You can use a personal email if you want. You just have to let me know who you are and what class you're in when you email. Otherwise, I'll just be very confused when you start asking me questions. There is a link for the discussion board here. We're not going to be using it very much this semester, but if you just really feel like you need to post something in the discussion board, go for it. I don't know if anybody will read it. The last few things on there are some resources for students. There's a link to MyLab for Business Law. Again, if you're using that optional software, there's also the link where you'd go to check your grades. If I click on this to look at my grades, it'll show you a list of the assignments, and it actually has due dates posted by those. So as you start handing in work, you'll actually start seeing grades popping up over here. If I left comments, there will be a little icon that you can click on to see what I said for like written assignments if I leave you any written feedback on that. The quizzes will be graded automatically. The written assignments will be graded within 1 week of the due date for that assignment. And so that's pretty much it. That's enough to get you started anyways. If you have questions along the way in the semester, feel free to reach out and contact me. Again, use the contact information you can find in faculty information, and I will work with you and hopefully get everybody through this. This might be your first online class. I understand if some of you are nervous, but I promise it's not that complicated. I'm hoping you all just learn a whole lot and have fun along the way. And when you have questions, like I said, just let me know. All right, good luck and have a great semester, everybody.